We are back with the First Take and Yabai t-shirts, Yasan. Yes, I was really excited to see them on the First Take at all. But now we have got them coming back to do another song of theirs. Now, obviously the last time they were on, and I'm assuming they recorded both of these songs together in the same session, the last time we saw them on the First Take was them doing probably their most famous song. And I was hoping, as sometimes happens with the First Take, that they will have also recorded in the same session their most recent single. Because that's sometimes what bands do. They go along First Take, record their most famous song and their most recent song. Kind of like, hey, this is why you know us, and hey, this is what we're doing now. Their most recent song, of course, though, is Algorithm no Inu, Algorithm's Dog, a song that I really enjoyed, plays again to a lot to their strengths, to their sort of comical social commentary. But at the same time, it's just a really good, fun song. One of the things I'm interested to see if they included this, because their last visit to the First Take was so fun. I'm wondering whether this time out they're going to include the girl who was in the music video. Because their music video for this song is them performing on a set whilst a girl who's basically playing the part of a influencer is running around just kind of ruining everything, sort of getting in their way, trying to take selfies with them, swinging around a ring light. I would love it if she's included in this First Take video. Either way, if I just bring her on to just trash the First Take, I would love that. But either way, these guys are full of fun. And it's apparently about to start shortly, so let's see. All right, so 30 seconds left to go. I've turned on the subtitles as well because I know a lot of people enjoy to listen to the conversations that I had prior to these as well. I'm hoping that we get a bit of just the sense of by t-shirts, just having fun, but just such a cool band. Let's see what happens. Really love this song. by t-shirts, Shisan, Algorithm no Inu on the First Take. I can turn the sound on now.
時間ない時間ない押してるスタジオ押してるいけるいくよちょっと待ってや
Oh, quick stop.
よっしゃ行こうアルゴリズムの犬 What they say for もういいぞ全世代なんでもから集まれとばかりだ Yeah yeah yeah
That's a cool riff. You know it.
考察ギリギリできそうでできないラインのわけわからんかし
ガラスマンバスならいい憎めないそうでもせんでやっていけへんまね
それがないがセリフがいいよね気に来る言葉もに刺さる一応商業音楽に定めてやるのも必要だ
待ってそれ待ってちょっと待ってね待ってそれ待ってちょっと待ってね待ってそれ待って気づいた私たちアルゴリズムの犬じゃん
ワンワンワンワンワンワン私アルゴリズムの犬ですドパパンパンドパンパン
I love how on point their voices are for a punk band. They got this punky vibe, and yet their voices are so on point. Always perfect harmony.
Hey
誰だけでも疲れんよりマシかもしれへんねん踊らせる自分で踊りなさいあれそういうのは好きだよ
ね待ってそれ待ってちょっと待ってね待ってそれ待ってちょっと待って今何が流行って味ねえそろそろバズっていい
ワンワンワンワンワンワンワン
私
アルゴリズムの犬ですドパパンパンドパンパンパパンドパガキさんたち大集合
They make it look so fun.
やってたまに起きて踊っていいねしたるからよっといでドパガキさんたち大集合それはほんまにやりたいことなんかそれはほんまに好きでやってんのか犬にならない気が出しまくりは生き抜け
Oh, this time the ending was. This is like the opposite of their last ending that went on for ages. Okay, I have to give them so much credit for this performance, but there's actually a lot more things I want to say just in regards to this song. Because the first time I heard this, and the first time I did a reaction just to the music video, what really hit me obviously was the song, the catchiness, so many of those things. But I think what really hit me this time, watching them do this on the first take, is obviously this is a song about being honest, about being raw and true to yourself, and all of those vibes that I'm sure we're very familiar with. But what hit me a lot about watching this performance is it's just so true that they talk the talk, but they walk the walk. You know, they absolutely embody everything that they say in this song. And I think it's something which is especially pertinent right now, because as you guys probably know if you follow the channel, I work with a lot of upcoming artists. I spend a lot of time in Japanese live houses with young and upcoming artists, but I've worked with artists in whole different ranges of points in the industry and overseas and all these kind of things. You know, nothing sort of super famous, but I really am familiar with the watching the creative process. I mean, as I say, the thing that I value more than musicianship or anything is writing skill. And this song for me, this feels like it is a song about songwriting. I mean, yes, it is talking generally about the trends of social media and what you put out into the world. But what they're really saying is, okay, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? And does it make you happy? And that is so incredibly important at this point. I mean, they obviously say algorithm no inu, you know, talking about being a dog to the algorithm. And, you know, so that in a way frames us very much thinking about social media. Even the music video that I was talking about earlier itself, again, highlights a girl who is, the character of the music video is a social media influencer type character. But I think that this actually extends beyond social media. Obviously, that is the hot button topic at the moment because we think about most people's behavior being swayed by the world around them. We think about it being due to apps like, you know, terrible things, if I dare say, like Instagram and TikTok, where those apps really give people a distorted view of the world. They look at other people and they see other people's just the highlights of their lives and think, oh, everyone around me is happier than me, so I have to behave differently so that I can, oh, I need to be more like this person so everyone thinks I'm happy too. And people fake their lives and they fake their existence. And that leads into artistic people or people who want to be artistic faking their art. You know, people doing a song not because it's the song they want to do, but because they think people will like that, or singing about certain subjects or behaving in a certain way. And this is not a new thing, but I think it has certainly been accelerated by the culture that we're in. You know, people create a lot of things. I mean, again, even doing videos like the one I'm doing right now, reaction videos. I don't want to be rude to fellow creators, but I think we've all seen there's a lot of people who do reaction videos where you kind of feel like the way that those videos are made, it's not the way they want to make a video. They're doing it because that's what they think a reaction video should like. That's what it look like. That's what they think people will click on. So, oh, if I watch a video, I have to overreact so that people will click on my video. I have to put something in the title like, you know, musician reacts, even though probably about 50% of the population of this planet could claim to be a musician. I'm pretty sure most people can pick up an instrument and play it. You know, there's a lot of trends and things that people follow just because that's what they think they should do. I hope that this channel, if nothing else, would indicate that I hopefully am not an algorithm no inu, because I always like to just put together the videos the way I feel really interesting. This is why I do these long talks about songs and what I think about them after the video's finished. Don't worry, I know that by this point in the video, I've seen the statistics on my videos. By this point in the video, with me just talking, I've lost the majority of my audience. And the only few people still here listening to me right now, hello, you're the people who are here because you like talking about music. And that's what I love doing this channel for. Why am I going on to such a deviation? Well, because as I say, that for me is why this song is something really awesome. Because I feel like it actually does get to some really interesting points. And the wording of the lyrics is interesting in itself because it leaves it kind of open. I mean, as I say, it's based around a sort of social media theme, but I feel like what they're talking about is actually more just about the process of what do you want to put out in the world? What are you putting out in the world? And Yabai T-shirts Yasan are, if any band is putting out what they want to, I think it's them. Their sound has not changed hugely over the years. They've done interesting things. They've developed a bit, but they've mostly stuck to a relatively similar sound. Every time they come out with a song, they probably more than almost any other band I can think of have really interesting lyrics and topics in their songs where you think, oh wow, that's a really cool idea. That's a really cool idea. You know, oh, a dance about not having money. You know, these are really interesting things, and you can tell that when they come up with a song, it's because they were really inspired to, hey, let's do a song about that. Oh, I want to talk about this. Not just, hey, let's do a song. It's like, no, I've got an idea for a song. And so, yeah, I suspect that Yabai T-shirts Yasan are probably as good an example as we can get of a band who create music because it's what they like. And I don't feel like they would bend to trends. And I think that's why people like them. And this song is pretty much the triumphant anthem of that exact thesis. So for me, this is both a wonderful performance because of the fact that, well, I mean, they got a pretty straightforward sound as a band, and this is it. You know, I mean, like, there's not much difference between this version and the studio version because both versions they just play the song straight, and they're very talented. I mean, as mentioned, you can sort of sideline them as being a punky kind of band with high-pitched vocals, but listen to that vocal delivery. Aribobo's vocals are pinpoint on. And I'll tell you one thing, think about it. High-pitched vocals are higher frequency. It is easier to fall out of tune when doing high-pitched vocals than when doing low-pitched vocals. Low-pitched vocals are easier to do in tune. Science. So, you know, the fact that they keep their harmonies so perfect over such, you know, a range of like 20 octaves is fantastic. This is just really well performed example of a straightforward song that is catchy but has meaning and really does sound like an anthem for the thesis on which the band's entire existence is based. And I love that. And I think it's a song that can entertain anyone, and also we can all just learn a little bit from it as well. Plus, I maintain Yabai T-shirts Yasan probably the most entertaining use of the first take space we've had. Anyway, there you go. Those are my thoughts as always. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think, and until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now. Wait a minute. I'm not going to do a sign off. I'm no algorithm, not Inu. Bye!